Hi, everyone. You're listening to Live with Necee. I am your host, Opal Bailey. Today's segment on family values. And I have my very close and dear friend, Robin Blair, with me today. And I want to just share with you how we met. We had a chamber event, and it was one of their meet and greet with new businesses. So I was there, and we were all having a good time. And at the end of the meeting, Robin and her husband, Tommy, they came up to me and asked me for my business card because I own my own cleaning company, residential and commercial property. And they wanted me to come by and give them an estimate on their commercial property. So when I gave them my card, and we began to talk, and out of the talking, we both became friends. And so we kind of hang out a little bit and talk with one another and getting to know each other even more. And so I just want to welcome Robin Blair to my show.
Thank you. It's nice to be here.
I'm so glad you're here. That was true, because when I'm saying a friend, you are a friend, because we talk a lot.
Yes.
A lot. And so I just wanted to invite you on the show because I know that you're a mother of 4 girls, and you also have a lot that you deal with, being that the kids are going back to school, and you have to balance all of those, the kids, the husband, the house, and you have all your animals and all those things that is at home that's pulling on your time. So I thought you would be good to come on the air and share, how do you balance when your life seemed to be so busy? How do you do all of that with the kids and everything?
Well, I wish I would have figured this out years ago, but as the kids are getting older, we're able to take more time and spend with each other, and to keep our marriage going solidly. And it's been a learning experience. We didn't take the time, as much time as we should have early on, but it's, again, a learning experience. It is crazy now. We have back to school, and kids go in different places, college and high school now, and we just are focusing as they get older. We're having more time to focus on each other, and we love each other dearly and want to keep that love going. So it's interesting. It's kind of fun and exciting to we specify one day a week that's a given, and then we also play golf once a week, and it's very seems very strange because our life has been so focused on the kids, but we're enjoying ourselves and kind of really finding each other even more than we've been able to, because of the chaos of raising the kids and running to different schools here and there and different sports for hours on end and not seeing each other much. So it is something that I would definitely speak to others about. It is finding a little bit of alone time where you can. So.
Well, that's good, because a long time is important to have when we're doing so many things, and especially with you and trying to keep up with the kids and Tommy and the house and everything like that. But I was listening, and you mentioned something awesome when you said that y'all do a lot of things together. What are some of the activities that you and your family do to spend time with each other?
Oh, we're pretty traditional speaking when it comes to holidays and birthdays, and we like to get together, everyone together, and have dinners, and or go kayaking or go bowling or camping if we can get them camping. That's hard to do with them growing up and everything, but we try to do special things. Can't get any of them interested in golf, but We would go to soccer games and tennis matches and whatever. Really always stress the importance of being there for each other. So as much as possible, we would do those kinds of things together if we couldn't get out to, a vacation or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Well, I know that Tommy, he owns his own, with you guys, y'all own your own car care company, which is Tommy's Blair Quality Collision and Care, which is located in Rockledge. But I know that there are times when he may be, in there in the shop all day, and you will show up. You would come and you would visit them. You would bring them lunch. You would bring them dinner. You would just spend time with them. So how did you find time to do that, or what drives you to even want to go see him at work?
well, he works so many hours, and even though he doesn't have to be there all the time, of course, being a small business owner, he wants and feels like he needs to be there. And if I want to spend more time with him, then I need to go by and spend a little bit of time there with him. It's just par for the course with owning a small business. But I make that time. I've been fortunate enough to have children at different ages, so I have some that drive, and they can, pick up. They could pick up the younger one or ones as needed. So that I'm pretty fortunate in that area.
Well, that's good, because in our society that we live in now, it's very hard for couples to even speak to one another, as busy they are. But you seem to find a balance in making sure that, hey, you don't always have to be at the house in order for you to spend time. Let me go see him.
Yes.
So so with that in mind, how do you balance the time for yourself? Because that's important just as well as you balancing it for your family. What do you do to pamper yourself or do the things for you?
Well, I have, during the day, I have quiet time, which I really appreciate. A couple of the kids one is married and a couple are in college. And down to one at home. So when she's at school, that's my time, my me time, and I'll just do whatever I can, whatever I'm feeling like in the moment. I do cherish my alone time. That's important. That's a good thing. It will probably seem weird to have as much time as I do now, as having raised kids and having so many in the house for so long. It is weird adjusting to that. But I'm getting used to it. I love them to death, but I am enjoying a bit of quiet time.
Well, along with balancing your family, we are important. You are important as well. So if you're not up to par, or if you're not feeling good, or if you're not doing what need to be done to take care of you, it's like, how can you take care of everyone else or be a part or show, some balance in that? And with balance anyway, is basically the whole family coming together. That's what I'm seeing, hearing that you're saying is all about the family coming together, being able to take whatever time they have and whatever time you want to spend with them. So with that in mind, what is some of the things what made you, I know you mentioned earlier that, in your conversation that y'all wasn't always this close. Y'all wasn't always mindful of each other. What changed? What happened to where you noticed the change and you noticed the distance, and all of a sudden you're like, let me spend time with my family?
Well, you get so wrapped up in the family and so wrapped up in the different functions and the crazy schedule of soccer and tennis and school events, that you kind of lose sight of things and you get caught up. And I am with such a beautiful man who took the time to, he used to, write to me long letters. And we really, in the beginning of our relationship, and it carried on for years, did so many romantic things. But as the children got older, it got harder to balance all that, and that's one thing that that you've got to keep a marriage strong. I think you've got to really be mindful of that. That you need to have some little time, but our love, carried us through, and we're in a little bit of a different place, and now, and it's exciting.
Yeah,
it's exciting.
It is. I mean, it's exciting watching y'all because I come and visit and hang out with you and stuff, and you and Tommy as well, and just to see your interaction with each other it just shows us how genuine that his love is for your love is for him. And so it's wonderful to see that you can have a busy schedule and a busy life, but at the same time, you find the time to do something. If it's nothing like you mentioned, you have a schedule you keep or a family get together. You said once a week?
Not once a week. We have one that's married and one that's away at college and one that's home at college, and the youngest in high school. So everyone has crazy schedules. So we can't do weekly, but we do things as we can. It's very hard. I'm right now trying to plan a new tradition with the kids, because I know it's going to get harder and harder as the years go by to get everyone together. So now I'm actually working on a long weekend or possibly a week. I know that's a far stretch of us getting away and going to the mountains and putting all our cell phones away and just going for walks and playing games. We really enjoy playing board games. Kind of a dying thing, I think, these days. But just those kinds of things and having some real quality, fun bonding time. And it's just getting harder and harder with the different ages of them. And so that's become a real priority of mine now, so that we can keep going and keep, going strong and get this, where it's just us and the kids. We have times with our extended family that we enjoy very much, but at the same time, I feel like we like to do have more individual time with the kids. So I think it's a great focus time, and we're looking at that for around the holidays every year. So it's hard. It's hard. I'm working on it right now with all of them, and it's just coming up with a time that everyone's going to be able to make is difficult, but it's going to happen.
Yeah.
I'm not going to let it not.
Well, you know what? I think the thing that you're doing something to bring the family together, to connect, for everybody in the house to connect and to have a bonding time. And that's what I seen when you was talking about the mountains, get away, put the phones aside, let's stop work. Let's get out of the area. Let's do something where it's just the family, bringing that bonding back that we so miss now with technology and stuff like that. So how do the kids feel about all this change of you wanting to get them more involved in a lot of stuff that they maybe wasn't used to? And
well, it's just this new thing that I want to do, the new little vacation